Okay, so we're back. I'm done with all of this section. I'm going to do this section for you guys. And this is the last one. I'm going to spray it just a little bit more. And again, the Not Today, about a quarter size. On the ends, roots. All the way in there. Okay. The coconut oil, just a couple drops.
The Not Today smells good.
Oh,
I feel like the
it.
smell changed.
I love it. It smells good. It glides on my hair. Awesome. I've tried Giovanni's direct leave-in. I've tried, what is that? Paul Mitchell's, the conditioner. It was pretty good too. The Smoothie. Also more so on the end than anything. Told you guys my hair gets way down. The gel already weighs it down, so I try not to put too much at the first day. Alright. I'm going to break that into 2 sections. Use my clip. Yep, I put that in my mouth. Don't be grossed out. My hair is clean. And apply the gel. That's about how much gel. Just a little bit to start out with. And again, I start to smooth it all the way from root to tip. Not really going all on my scalp, guys. I don't do that. I don't really put anything on my scalp, if I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I don't really oil it. I really don't do much of that. If I do, just because it's looking dry. Other than that, I don't put anything on my scalp because I just kind of feel like it gets it clogged up. Plus, I wash my hair once a week anyway, so I don't see the purpose to pile all of that.
She did that pull apart method in throughout her hair.
Yeah, kind of pull it apart gently and smooth it until you can feel it, and let it do what it does automatically. And that's kind of what this portion does, and I leave it.
Oh, let me get closer.
So, like I said, guys, this is the part that kind of, we'll show you what it does. Okay, a little bit more water so that the gel.
This that part right her.
Glide. Okay. And I start in a big motion and just kind of glide the gel on. Root to tip again. This is probably, the front part is probably the part that takes me the longest, only because I do have to go in and do that method I keep showing you, where I'd use my thumb and separate it and get it going. Because if I don't, it'll stay clumped together, and I don't like that. So, I take my finger, separate it gently. And again, I'll show you why it's coming out like that. I probably should have combed it first, but we're going to act like I did for the sake of the video, because I'm not going to comb through it with the gel. So, I'll just use my fingers.
Fingers.
Thumb. Separate, pull apart, and smooth it. And let it go. Smooth it.
Now look at her front. Look at that. When she drops it, compared to that, and then the coils in the back.
That's why it's hard for me to say, oh, what hair type are you? I got all kinds of crap going on. And it takes different care for every section. And yes, and as you can see, that gets so tangly. That's why I go in and try to smooth it out as much as I can and separate that as much as I can. And no, it doesn't hurt. I'm not, I'm just kind of pulling that apart and getting the curls to do what they do. And from my front, it'll look weird up until it dries. And then it's just so weird. But, yeah. So.
Now, does this white film, the white
The white goes away.
It doesn't leave it flaky?
No. And I will say that's probably a test to the Shea Moisture usually. The Shea Moisture does have like a white film, but once
once it dries,
it doesn't dry like that at all. So I pull it apart like I said, and smooth. Pull it apart and smooth. You see, I keep dipping and stuff. I try not to, because again, this front part, it weighs it down too much. But I do it because I can feel how it's tangly.
Now, when you dip it, how much are you taking?
Oh, I'm literally just putting my finger in there and going like that, where it's not too much, but it's enough to just, you know, where I'm not piling it on. Because if I pile it on, like I said, I'll have ramen noodle hair in a run of about 3 hours. Well, no, not 3 hours. Shoot,
Justin Timberlake back in the day in sync hair.
I don't want that, even though that's your boyfriend.
I know. I love me some Justin.
Yeah, I let her marry him. When was the concert? When did you go to his concert?
Oh my God, how old was I when my auntie took me to that concert? Was I turning 11?
Probably.
Because they were still together. It was their last album, which was Celebrity. I don't know. Their last album together. My aunt took me to the NSYNC concert, y'all.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some of the hair off so that it doesn't.
When I say, it was just amazing. I love them. They need to get back together. But we're not going to talk about that.
No, we're not. No. Okay, so we're all done. As you can see what I said about my front.
Okay.
Okay?
Don't move.
Okay. You see what I mean about my front.
Turn slow.
So, I'm done. Don't want to touch it too much.
Turn.
Back area.
And then that's the side.
And this is my side.
And then this is up.
On my
in
crown.
The moodle. Yep. The moodle. What is the moodle?
My moodle is moodle. Because it gives me hell. Okay. So, this is the final, wet look, of course. So now, because I told you how my front will stay like this, if I leave it, I go in and I crunch. And sometimes, guys, also, like for some of these in the front, I'll take it and I'll do the whole wrapping thing. I learned this from Mahogany Curls. Her hair is beautiful. Oh my God. When I first started natural, I started to watch her. And her hair is gorgeous. I watch everybody though. I don't discriminate. And you see how that dried like that? It'll dry small. See how that went like that? It'll dry a little bit smaller. And
because of course the hair shrinks up.
Oh, my hair shrinks up something awful. She always says, "Oh, Mom, it looks so pretty. I wish it stayed like." It don't stay like this. so don't get all happy because it don't. This is not natural hair. Don't do this like this. Yeah, it may look wonderful right now, but it's gonna look good when it dries too. But it dries more into a nice fro. Like, just showing you how I make my front not look so wavy. Still curly, but it's wavy more so than
now. Why don't you just rod it?
Because if I rod it, it'll get too tight. I don't want it too tight. I want it to blend with the rest of it. If I rod it, I take the rods out. I've never tried it. Maybe I'll try it. I've never tried to rod it. I think it will get way too spirally.
Stop looking at me asking me for some words.
It's my word. I love it. Yes, 40-somethings use Ebonics too. I ain't going to say how old I am because I still look good. Oh. Yeah, I could be lying to you
if I'm 23.
Hey, I could have had a Rolling Stone type of life.
Yeah, but
Okay, so that's it. And I will allow it to air dry, or I could diffuse it, but this is our first video, so She doesn't like it when I diffuse. So I'm going to leave it. And again, this is the final look. At the end, I will go in and do my edges once it dries and everything. Because right now, it'll just, you know, start to roll up if I mess with it wet. And this is it. This is my wash and go. Even though I don't get to go, I gotta let it dry for 2 hours. Sometimes 3. And that's it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.